Want to go driving?
No, I need to move it to get to the vapor mirror.
Alright.
I thought you were just back there talking.
Oh yeah, it's just me hanging out in the heated room. Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. Today I want to talk about some crawl space tapes that you want to make sure you get before starting your crawl space encapsulation project. Stay tuned. Okay, so we recently switched from a 7mm seam tape to now we offer a 9mm seam tape. It's pretty much the same tape except it's more durable because it's thicker. It's also a little bit more sticky than the last seam tape we have. Now we're not changing the price of our seam tape at all. We're going to keep the price the same, but you can check out our seam tape on our DIY store and I'll put a link down to it below. But why do you need a seam tape? You know, International Residential Building Code says that whenever you encapsulate the crawl space, when you seal up the vents and install a dehumidifier and an active ventilation system, that you are supposed to overlap and tape the seams a minimum of 12 inches. Plus, you're supposed to mechanically attach the vapor barrier to the stem wall as well as seal it to the wall. So that's a little different than the way things have been done in the past. But let's talk about the seam tape for just a minute. Some of the things you don't want to do with the seam tape is you never want to use the seam tape to tape it directly to cinder block or concrete. Believe it or not, that doesn't work real well. You want to mechanically attach the vapor barrier to the block or concrete wall or the pillars with a Christmas tree fastener or some kind of a masonry gun. You should never use seam tape to tape plastic to any other surface. Now, if you are wrapping a pillar, you can bring the seam tape back around to itself and it should tape just fine. But make sure whenever you're using the seam tape, you overlap the plastic a minimum of 6 inches. We always recommend at least 12, but code requires a minimum of 6 inches. Then you take your 4-inch seam tape, you lay it out there, and then you push real hard with the heel of your hand to get it to stick and adhere real well. So that's the seam tape. Another real important tape that the do-it-yourself crawl space enthusiast will need is the 2-inch butyl tape. Now what this does, first of all, it's double the width of all of our competitors' butyl tapes, which is great because it gives you more of a surface area when you're attaching the plastic to the block wall or to the pillar. Now, what you want to do is you want to install the butyl tape first, either 3 or 6 inches below the sill plate, depending on what your termite barrier is. Then you take the plastic, especially if you're doing this by yourself. If you got a crew of guys helping you out, it's not a big deal. But when you're down there by yourself, this butyl tape really helps put the plastic up on the wall so that you have time to go grab the Christmas tree and drill the holes and put the plastic in and secure it well to the block wall. So make sure you get the butyl tape and the seam tape for your next DIY project. But wait, before we leave, every crawl space encapsulation needs proper ventilation, and I want to talk about the Panasonic Whisper Fan. This is a 200 CFM 3-year warranty fan that is great for your crawl space, easy to install. It can also be used in your bathrooms or in your garages or other places that you may need some good ventilation. So make sure you check this out on our DIY store. My name is Michael Church with Crawl Space Ninja. Hope you make it a happy and blessed day, and we'll see you later.